If you want more money to come into your life, there are two words that you need to say. And all the neuroscience experts, all the psychology experts that are now studying the brain, all of their research proves these two words will change your financial life forever. My name's Jake with JakeDucey.com, wishing you a beautiful day. I came out sunrise in the desert for this video. If you enjoy it, let me know in the comments down below. I love this video. If you like the sunrise shots, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, bell notification, and let's dive right into this video. Number one, your relationship with money determines your net worth. Now, in a minute, I'm going to get into these two words, but think about that. We think, what determines our net worth, how wealthy we are? And we think like it's our investments or our education or our resources or our network. You hear that one a lot. Your network equals your net worth. There's a million things, right? But all those things are relative. They aren't the absolute, because there are people with no network that got rich. There's people that have a IQ of 80 that got rich. There's a million things. The absolute is that your relationship with money determines your net worth. It is predicting your net worth, how much money you have, how much you can attract. Now, the best part about this is that you don't have to get the resources, the network, the mentors, the perfect strategy, the right education. You don't have to spend the next 7 years preparing. If you understand that your net worth is determined by your relationship with money, you can actually speed up the process. So let me explain. Let's just pretend that you believe that money is meant to be solely enjoyed. And it is, but pretend you're the kind of person that believes that you might as well spend it. You can't take it with you when you die, to the point that every time money hits, you spend it all. Dude, I just got $3K. Let's go on a vacation. Let's go gamble. I got everyone's drinks and food tonight, right? That kind of person that spends literally every dollar they have. They never save it, not even $1, that kind of person. Well, here's the thing. Your relationship with money determines your net worth. In that instance, that is why in America, the richest country in the world, the majority of people that earn over $250,000 a year, which is a decent chunk of money, the majority of those people are in credit card debt. Why? It's not because they aren't making enough money. It's because their relationship with money is determining their net worth. Their income is high, but they're still broke on a net worth basis because the relationship with money isn't conducive to having wealth, so they spend it all. Or for example, one of my beliefs that really determined my relationship with money and was keeping me from ever making more money, I believed the system was rigged. The rich people control all the world. Therefore, being rich is bad. I believed you don't need money to be happy, which is true on a relative basis because money isn't meant to make you happy. It's meant to make you comfortable. It's meant to give you freedom and options. It has nothing to do with happiness. But I conflated the two. So I believed money doesn't make you happy. The rich people control the world. They've messed up the whole system. Therefore, my relationship with money didn't allow me to ever have a lot of money. That was my core operating relationship with money. Well, it's no wonder that when I decided I wanted to be an author for a living, and I'm like, okay, at some point you gotta like at least make some type of a living, right? I never had any money. No matter how long I was working, how hard I was working, how many hours I was working, I became a workaholic. One time I used to pride myself on being a workaholic because I'm like, I'm not breaking through. So I'll just prove it to God and to myself that I want it really bad and I'll work harder than anyone. And so one time I pulled an all-nighter and I was so out of it, I was going to go get a coffee in the morning. I backed out without looking and I drove into the neighbor's gardener's car, and I had no money and I had to pay like $1,000 to fix like their back door and their fender and stuff. That was like 80% of my money left. So my point is that your relationship with money determines your net worth. And your relationship with money is determined by your core beliefs and emotions around money and your core habits and behaviors. So if you don't know where your relationship is, all you have to do is look at what are your beliefs about money, your emotions about money, what are your habits around money. Are you productive? Do you procrastinate? Do you spend it all? Do you save it all to the point that you're afraid of it? And you're afraid that you'll never have it, so you save every single dollar you could ever have, and so you're in fear all the time. Well, all of that is determined by your childhood. It starts up to the time that you're 6 years old. Your brain is like a sponge, according to all the research at Harvard and Stanford. And so what that means is you inherited all the beliefs, attitudes, and relationships about money that the society had, your environment had, the adults around you had. So you have to reprogram that. And I have a free financial success hypnosis. About 1 million people from all over the world have used it. Every day I get these epic stories. I just got 3 new job opportunities. I had a house on the market forever. I just sold it and it sold right away afterwards. I got a new client that came out of nowhere, all these types of things. And the reason that happens isn't because like I'm so smart, because I'm not. The reason that happens is because once you change your subconscious, you're changing your relationship with money. And through repetition, constant spaced repetition, which means repeated repetition, you change the subconscious programming. So you can click right here or get it down below, jakeshypnosis.com. And that leads us to big idea number 2. You can't have more of what you ask for less of. Let me explain. Have you ever met someone who hates motorcycles, but they have a garage full of them? Like my brother-in-law, he loves motorcycles. He's got dirt bikes. He's got multiple Harley Davidsons. Does he hate motorcycles? No, he absolutely loves them. I don't hate motorcycles. I don't care for them. So you're not going to find one in my garage. My point is, whatever you hold at a high priority or a high value or high interest of, is what you will have more of just through osmosis. So if you hate fast cars, you're not going to have a garage full of fast cars. If you hate money or you have a poor relationship with money, you are never going to have a lot of money. Like, have you ever met someone who despises their wife? They despise their husband, their boyfriend, their girlfriend. They do not like their spouse. They don't respect their spouse. And they hate being married, yet they are happily married. Right? Like, it seems silly, but it's impossible. So if you think money is evil, it is impossible for you to have a lot of money. If you hate money, which I hated money when I was younger because I thought the rich people controlled the world, and I hated money because I never had any money. It's like if you have a friend, but that friend doesn't treat you well, so like you really like them, but deep down you also resent them. If you deep down resent money or are afraid of money, you're never going to have it because your relationship with money determines the money you have. And how you view it is an ask. I said, for step number 2, you can never have more of what you ask for less of. If I don't like motorcycles, then in essence, my lack of desire is me asking for less. If I think if I'm afraid of money, I'm afraid that I'm going to blow it all. I'm not going to know what to do with it. I'm afraid that people are going to treat you different. I am afraid that I might go to hell because I believe money is evil. That relationship is me asking for less of it because your subconscious just protects you based around your core beliefs. So anything you are asking for less of, you cannot have more of it. And that brings us to the 2 words. But this is different, very different. If you've ever tried affirmations, you may believe in them, you may not believe them, you may think they're ridiculous and you just have to work harder. You may believe that they're new age and there's no science behind them, all of which is false, which is a story for another video. But if you've ever tried them before and you're like, I'm rich, I'm making money, but then the old relationship goes, no, you're broke, you're an idiot, this won't work. What are you doing? You're silly. And you feel weird, right? It feels uncomfortable. That doesn't happen to everyone, but it happens to a lot of people. And there's another way, and that's why these two words are so important, because they bypass all of that psychological programming to make the money start to come. So what I invite you to do is, instead of trying to convince yourself you are rich, which immediately brings up the old programming, we want to bypass that programming so your conscious mind doesn't reject the information. Your subconscious mind has no ability to accept or reject. So the goal is to bypass the conscious mind, which can reject, so you can get directly into the subconscious. So all you're going to do is repeat these two words for 60 seconds, 90 seconds. You could go all out and say it for hours a day in your head throughout the day while you're doing everything. You just repeat these words: wealth, abundance, wealth, abundance. You aren't saying I am wealthy and then your mind goes, no, you're broke. You aren't saying I am abundant and your mind goes, yeah, but you just asked for a loan and you just asked if you could cook your landlord dinner to scrape an extra $24 off your rent. Your mind doesn't do any of that. Wealth, abundance, wealth, abundance. What you're doing is you are slowly discharging the negative emotional charge that you have around those two words, because we have a negative emotional charge due to our past relationship. So we say wealth, we immediately remember the past because your brain is an artifact of the past and your cells have memory. So your cells in your brain remember all the trauma, all the upset, all the disappointment, the time you finally gave up and have just accepted this is your lot in life. Your brain and your body and your nervous system remembers all that. And so what you're doing is you're bypassing it and discharging that negative emotion by repeating the words without personalizing them, so you do not get the rejection from your conscious mind, which allows it to move past the filter and go directly into the subconscious mind. When you repeat this 100, 200, 300 times a day over the next 30 days, which is about how long it takes to really change a neurological habit in your brain, you're going to start to discharge that and create a new relationship. Wealth, abundance. Oh, it is normal. Wealth, abundance. Oh, it is normal. Wealth, abundance. Oh, it is. Yeah, it is coming. Yeah, I am wealthy and abundant. And that starts to happen on its own without you forcing it. And it speeds up the process of reprogramming the subconscious mind. So you can comment down below: wealth, abundance, wealth, abundance, wealth, abundance. And if you haven't yet, I have a free financial success hypnosis to reprogram the subconscious mind. Listen to this in the morning when you're taking a shower. That's always my favorite time to do it, because when you're taking a shower, what do? You space out, which means you go back to the old thought patterns. Your mind is just going aimlessly. It might be like replaying a conversation that you had at 8 a.m. and how you would respond instead. And it's like, no, hey, you can't talk to me that way, Bill. You're like doing this all in your head. None of it happened, right? So in the shower, when you're spacing out, that means your conscious mind isn't paying attention, which means you can get into your subconscious faster. Before bed, the same thing, your conscious mind shuts off. So get my free success hypnosis. It's jakeshypnosis.com. It's pinned to the comments and in the description right there down below, or you can open up a new tab. It's jakeshypnosis.com. If you want to get rich as possible, 3 things. Number 1, understand that your relationship with money determines your net worth. Number 2, remember, you can't have more of anything you ask for less of. You're never going to have some guy with 7 Harleys that hates Harleys. And then number 3 is you have to reprogram your subconscious mind. And that is going to make the money start coming. So this is Jake with JakeDucey.com, wishing you a beautiful day. If you enjoyed these sunrise shots, give me a comment down below that says, I love this video. I love this video. Wealth and abundance. Comment that down below. Start saying it to yourself. Don't just click into another video. Don't just go on with your day. When you do go on with your day, just repeat these words: wealth, abundance, wealth, abundance. Just do an experiment. You don't even have to believe this works. Just suspend your disbelief and for one day, see if you can say it 500 or 1,000 times and see what new financial opportunities come. When the money comes, share a success story. I'd love to feature it in a future video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, bell notification, get my free success hypnosis, jakeshypnosis.com. You can click here or get it in the comment and description, and click here to watch another video.